Okay, welcome to Stock Talk with Nico Criticos. Today we're going to be going through my bullish thesis for Skillz Stock. And this is a stock that is one of the leaders in mobile gaming and just competitive tournaments between players on these apps. Okay, so right now this stock has been a crazy one over the past year, and the company went IPO at about $10 in the middle of 2020. It spiked to $43 at the beginning of the year, and then now it is trading at $11. And I picked up some shares at $8. So I got it pretty much at the low. And I didn't really put too much in. I only bought 50 shares just because this is it's kind of a speculative investment, but this is Skillz Stock. And last week they reported earnings. The revenue is great. This is not a profitable company, but the revenue is great. Revenue grew 70% year over year, and paying monthly active users grew 47%. So that's fantastic. Those are great numbers. They officially launched mobile versions of iconic first-person shooter arcade game and Big Buck Hunter. They have some of the biggest games on the App Store. If we go look at their apps, we can see right here that they have things like Big Buck Hunter, Solitaire, Bingo, Pool. They also have Trivia Crack. And so they own some of the most popular games on the App Store. Getting back to this, we can see that revenue was $100 million for the quarter, up 70%. Gross profit was $94 million. So they have great gross profit margins. Net income was $50 million, just because of driven by $100 million income attributable to the decrease in the estimated fair value of private common stock warrants. But adjusted EBITDA was negative $41 million. And so if we look further into this, if we use Nico's stock market checklist right here, we can see that is the stock down it should be at least 35 or 40% for this one, because this is a smaller cap company. The market cap is only a $4.6 billion company. And so this one is definitely down. From its highs of $43 a share, this one is definitely down. So that's going to get a yes. Net income over the past 3 years. Well, if we look at that, that's where we have one of our issues, because we can see net income has actually gotten worse. So that's a no. However, revenue growth is getting better and better every year. We've gone from 50 million in 2018 to 230 million in 2020. So that's going to get a yes. We can also see here that the 2020 global games market is the mobile gaming side of things is one of the fastest growing things. So we can see 2020 mobile gaming grew 13% year over year, worth $77.2 billion of revenue. That's 48% of the global market. So that's why there's such a big opportunity here in mobile gaming, and Skillz is at the forefront of that. So that's why I think this is a great. This is still a speculative investment because they are losing money. It's still early on, but they're in a very good position. A low forward PE. Well, this stock does not have a PE because they're not profitable. However, if we go to analysis, we can see, even for next year, they're expected to lose money. So low forward PE, no. Innovative, yes. If you look through their investor presentation, you can see the way that they make money from their games and the way they host their tournaments is a lot different from traditional things. They make money in different ways, and they allow people to pay for or play for free. And so they are doing a lot of things that are different and innovative in this field. How is the management team? I watched some interviews. This guy, Andrew Paradise, he is the CEO here at Skillz. I've watched some interviews on CNBC as well as ARK Investments. They had a half-hour long podcast with him. I listened to that whole thing. That thing was great. He sounds like he knows exactly what he's talking about. He sounds very ambitious and smart. So that's good. ARK used to be invested in this company, and I think they have. I don't think they're. Let's see. If we look up ARK shares of Skillz, we can see that. See, in October, okay, so this was only 2 weeks ago, and buys over 2 million shares of Skillz. So they are still bullish on this company. Okay. So we're going to put a yes for the manager team. Healthy return on invested capital. Not exactly. If we look at their return on invested capital, it's negative. So that's not good. Healthy profit margins. No. Healthy free cash flow. No. Is the industry growing? Yes. More long-term assets and long-term liabilities. Let's look at their balance sheet here. The stock's getting beaten down horrible today, down over 8%. But if we look at total assets, 700 or current assets of 708 million, current liabilities of 124, non-current liabilities of 60, and non-current assets of 11. So current ratio looks good, but this one does not look good. Increasing equity, 18 to 235 to now 534. Absolutely. Doing a great job with growing their equity. Share buyback or a dividend. They definitely don't pay a dividend. And I believe their share change over the past year has increased 33%. Not exactly what we're looking for. So that's a no. Our hedge funds, big investors, or insiders buying. We know ARK is buying. That's one positive. Insiders sold a lot. It looks like right here at around $14 a share. So other than that, we haven't seen much from insiders. Hedge funds made a big investment when it was around $18. So that's a plus. And so we're going to give this a yes because we know ARK is buying it. Diverse revenue streams. Absolutely. They're in a ton of different games. So yes. So if we go through all this, we can see that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9 out of the 16 here. That's not too good. So technically this would not be a buy. That's why I said it is a speculative company. Keep in mind my list here, it factors in profitability and profit margins, free cash flow. It factors a lot of that stuff in. And since this is not a profitable company, you are taking a pretty big risk. But when I was buying this at $8, it was all the way at the very bottom. So I figured the risk to reward ratio was so attractive here. It was worth it. And sure enough, I'm up over 35% now, even after today's 9% drop. So I definitely can see this stock going back to this, $16 range, $17 range relatively soon. So this is definitely an interesting one if you're into the mobile gaming stuff, because we know that industry is growing fast. And so Skillz might be a perfect stock to be in to take advantage of that. So let me know what you guys think. Are you bullish or are you bearish on Skillz?